Hi, I'm going to revisit the wetlands in Hall Park now, well I'm going to try to, on the Fabriano £130 paper. Here's my modified palette: cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, raw umber and this hooker's green. The main changes from my previous palette is that I've substituted, well I've got rid of the Payne's Grey and the burnt umber, and I've added those two colours, the hooker's green and the raw umber, mainly for mud and sand and stuff like that. Right, okay, so I'll wet the paper all over. Get a nice little wet. For 4 years now, we're doing these videos, over 4 years now. I've struggled to get the ideal easel set up. I've got the travelling box, the Macbeth easel. That's very good. That's very versatile, but it's quite hard to change the angle quickly with the small nuts on the sides, like the knurled nuts. The wrist hurts these days, and it's rather difficult to adjust it quickly. My big radial easel, well that hasn't come back, that was a stage prop for a friend's play that they did a few weeks ago. Haven't had that back. I did say I wasn't in a great rush for it. But I've got this sketching easel. It's steel. I think it's the John Herring or the Frank Herring easel. It's a very good quality. It's fairly rigid. That does wobble a little bit, but I can sit quite comfortably at it. And provided I've got my table, I've got a table here to my left, and I've got the big table here to my right. So I'm more or less self-contained. It's quite a good setup. Okay, so I'm going to do a sky. So I'm just going to put in some yellow ochre. This provides the sort of light in the landscape, but I don't want too much of it. Maybe a little bit of red as we come down into the horizon here. Okay, now we'll put in a sort of it's grey April day, end of April, it's cold, not the weather we were expecting. But anyway, I've got some ultramarine blue and some light red mixed in here, so let's just get that in. That'll be for the water, if I add water. Right, clean the brush out. Okay, I want that just a bit heavier on the top there. Okay, coming down to the horizon, we've got the smaller clouds. Okay, so I'm going to stretch it. You don't need to shrink your paper or pre-stretch it. Just tighten it on the board with the clips, and that's fairly flat. Okay, I'm going to dry that off to save time, so the headphones off. Okay, now the paint is, or the paper's almost dry, but I want to put in some background. So I'm going to mix a bit of Hooker's green in that. Bit of ochre, just sort of nice, warm, a greeny colour. So a fairly low horizon. By gently dragging over, hitting and missing. Well, we'll add some stronger colours in here. So this is just the background of I want it dark on the horizon here so that I can counter change it against the light of the grass, the reeds. I'm not going uphill. So right, so we're going to just a little bit of warm in here. So all that Hooker's green, it just gives a lovely variety. There's a little bit more blue in there. So we've got another plane now. We've got this background and we've got the nearer plane. A bit of blue in there. Okay. So we'll just bring some of that down. Right, let's get a bit more of that Hooker's green, blue. Just a bit of ultramarine in with the green. Look, and that burnt sienna. Look, we've got some nice darks in there, dark green. Okay, clean the brush. And I'm going to try that raw umber, which is quite a grassy sort of colour. And a bit of ochre. So this is the top of the grass going in, we can put a detail in there. I'm counter changing it against that darker background that I put in. Okay, I haven't even thought about the trees I'm going to put in. This is not an exact rendition of what is there. I'm making this one up, but based on previous paintings. Now, my darks are the sienna and the ultramarine. That's just a bit wet. Oh, we get some nice. Nice dark in this bit here for the sorry, I sort of start a sentence and then I forget what I'm going to say. Still shadow in the grass here. just drag that down. Bit of blue in there, I think. Seago was very good at this sort of stuff, especially with oil. Just dry brushing some light over this bit here, catching a bit of sun maybe. This is all from this new Boardwalk. We don't cycle, we push our bikes. Oh, there's a bit of green. There's quite a bit of algae turning up on the top here now as well. Okay. Right. I need to go a bit harder on that horizon, I think. It's okay, but I want that blue and some of that hooker's green. Bit of ochre in there as well. Okay, that's all right. I want some nice dark black. Whereas I would use Payne's grey, I'm using brown and blue, but very heavy. Okay, right, now the fun begins. Put these trees in. So I'm just going to use sort of greeny grey. Not sure I like. I think I'll use the rigger for that. A lot of that's going to just, oh, it's not good, is it? Not the best tree I've ever done. I'm going to put some ivy on here. She might not like it, but easier to take the branches the other going to the right rather than the left being right-handed. Okay, well that'll do. I'm going to put some spring greens on there. You could get quite a thick line with the rigger by using it spread out a little bit. Look. I'm going to put some ivy on this as well. You don't get oak tree or these trees without anything growing up them. Make this one a little bit smaller. Okay. Let's get some stuff you just fill in there. Same over here. Right. Okay. I'll use the hake. So a bit of spring greeny. Need that thicker than that. That's a bit darker, I think. I'm mixing cadmium yellow with the hooker's green and some burnt sienna. So burnt sienna, cadmium yellow, and I want some darker. So a bit of, well, mix of darker green up. So that will be against the light, so we can in the shadow. Okay. Okay, so that's fairly convincing. Right, let's put in some green ivy. Hope I'm not masking it. So that's my dark. And that is dark enough. That's a sort of a blue-green. Nothing like overdoing it. That's me dark. Just the blue and the brown, the light brown. Okay, now we're going to put a bit more dark in the bottom here. And I'll put a few fronds sticking up. A bit of red in there. A bit of green. So I'll get that. Ooh, that's dark. Who needs Payne's grey, eh? Look at that. Okay, so a little bit of detail. Don't do too much of this, just a few, just suggest some grasses higher than some of the others. Okay. Well, let's sign it. No, that'll do. It's an impression. Clean my brush. That's 3 I've done this morning. That's about it really. Squeeze the brush, squeeze the water out of the brush. Keep it nice and shaped. Put it aside and put a mount on it. Get it up, go and have some lunch. Well, I'll have a blue mount on that because it's quite a delicate painting. There's plenty of blue in it. So what I've tried to do is to get quite several planes, but maybe I've overdone that background, but I don't know. It's drying out okay. Let's take my water pot off of there, put that there and move that to there, bring that round to there, and then you'll be able to see, oh, it looks alright, doesn't it? Well, don't want to put words in your mouth, but could have done a bit better with that tree there. But I've added some trees in the actual landscape itself. I've taken quite a bit of artistic license with it. It's not a big area. It's in a park that has the water table is very high. That's why we have these wet, marshy grasses. But it's not over a large area. But I make it look as if it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something from it. Try these things. This is the thing that is the key. That try to give the impression of looking out over very light straw-coloured straw, like bulrushes and stuff, without painting any detail. Keeping it as simple as possible. Well, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.